Good evening, everyone. Thank you for being here. This is always a special recognition ceremony, although for those of you that have been here for our staff recognition ceremonies and student recognition ceremonies in prior years, you'll recognize that the format's a little bit different. Now that we're up in the media center, it's a little bit more of a more intimate environment, and we're excited about this because we get to spend some time interacting a little bit more with those receiving the recipients, the family members who are here to support those receiving their various recognitions, and then the board members are here as well, along with building administrators, to really celebrate the great work that's taking place by our staff members and our students. So thank you so much for being here this evening. First up on our program are Teachers of the Year that we would like to celebrate. So our teachers, educational professionals, and support staff members of the year are all nominated by students and or staff members within our district. So this really comes from the grassroots, the people that really are influenced by these staff members. And so it's great to get the nominations, and the nominations are reviewed by prior recipients of these awards, a few other staff members representing different organizations within the school district, and then also a few administrators as well. So it really comes from the staff, nominated by students and staff as well. So that's what really makes this exciting. All the nominations that we receive are compelling, so it's really very difficult sometimes for our committees to narrow down on the particular person that should get the award, because we really have a phenomenal group of staff members here at Pascack Valley, Pascack Hills, and Park Academy. We couldn't be more proud of the staff that we've amassed here, and they really represent the great things that take place. Not just the great work that they're doing individually, but the great work that they represent by being a part of this educational community. So the first person I would like to bring up here to stand here next to me while I read some things is Robert Salgado from Pascack Hills High School. Robert? So, we are incredibly fortunate to have Robert Salgado here, special education teacher at Pascack Hills High School. If there's one word that I can use to describe Robert, it's compassion. He has tremendous compassion for the students that he touches every day. He recognizes that relationships that are built are because of the words that he uses and the behaviors that he practices within the classroom. I've learned this even more so this year because of the work that we've been doing on our culture and climate within Pascack Hills and Pascack Valley High School. Robert was one of the first teachers that joined me in the conversations that we wanted to have on how we can improve our culture and climate within the building. There was a really lovely tea that Glenn Demaray holds every year for the Teacher of the Year, Educational Professional of the Year, and Support Staff Member of the Year. And Robert made some comments, and I'm not going to ask you to make comments tonight. This is you're receiving this. You don't have to make comments. But he was asked to say a few words, and it really struck me because I truly believe that Robert meant this. And he said that he truly wished that he could be working with kids every single period of the day. I think being off for a period, we all have a lot of work and a lot of prep work to do, but you recognize how precious that time is working with your students, and I very much appreciated your statements about that. Robert is an individual who understands that he needs to embrace life, be appreciative of what you have, and strive to foster the positive relationships one single student at a time. So I'm going to read to you a few things that students said about Robert when they nominated him. One student said, "I feel Mr. Salgado has had a huge impact on my transfer to Pascack Hills since I've been here. He helped me whenever I needed it and has spent numerous hours after school and during Pascack periods helping me with my studies. He is an amazing person all around, and I recommend him for this award." Another student said, "I truly think Mr. Salgado cares about the kids he works with, and without a doubt, he is a teacher who students genuinely care about and respect. He, without a doubt, deserves this award." So I'm going to ask Mr. Demaray to come on up here and present the award, which is right up here. I'm going to hold the apple because the apple falls. present this award to Mr. Salgado, Teacher of the Year for Pascack Hills High School. Thank you very much. Congratulations. Ms. Leah Jerome, would you come up? Pascack Valley Teacher of the Year. Thank you. So Ms. Jerome is quickly becoming one of the most influential teachers at Pascack Valley High School. She's one of the most progressive and innovative social studies teachers that we have, always looking to see what she can do to better the experience of her students in her class. So much so that I came in one day to, I think I had to pull you out for something, probably related to this. And later on in the day, I received an email from the student who said, you know, Mr. Gunderson, it was too bad that you couldn't stick around longer in the class because we were doing some really cool stuff. And he explained to me in the email why I should have remained. And I felt a little bit guilty about that. But I thought it was really such a cool thing that a student wished that I had remained in the class to see what Ms. Jerome had put together for her students. This is the kind of work that she does every day. Students truly look forward to going to her class. And besides what takes place within class, Ms. Jerome has really expanded her passion for social justice to not only what takes place day to day in her school, in her classroom, but has expanded it to a variety of extracurricular opportunities and other out-of-school opportunities for her students. She's a New Jersey Social Studies Teacher of the Year. She's a James Madison Fellow who understands the importance of infusing genocide studies into the curriculum. She's expressed a strong desire to work on improving culture and climate at Pascack Valley. Just as I said, Mr. Salgado was one of the first to step up at Pascack Hills to offer his suggestions and his thoughts about what we can do to further improve culture and climate. Ms. Jerome did the same thing. She's completed programs in Holocaust education, has brought in numerous speakers, and some of the really unique and special social justice work that she's doing involves the education of our students to what's truly taking place with Native Americans around the country. And in particular, the service work that she has now a large number of our students in the One Spirit Club participating in. Every summer they go out to the Cheyenne River Reservation. I have a tough time saying that. The Cheyenne River Reservation out in South Dakota every summer to do work for the individuals that are out there. They collect clothing, they arrange these service trips, and she collaborates with Native Americans to provide services that are so desperately needed in some of these places out west. One student said about Ms. Jerome, being a good teacher takes skill, patience, compassion, and rigor. And Ms. Jerome has and demonstrates this in abundance. Congratulations on being this year's Pascack Valley Teacher of the Year. I'm going to ask Mr. DeMayo to come up and present the award to you. I didn't grab the apple. Gail Mangold, step forward. Gail Mangold is this year's Pascack Hills Educational Professional of the Year. And those of you that know Gail Mangold know that she cares so passionately for the well-being of our students here at Pascack Hills High School. And not only here at Pascack Hills High School, but as her role as student assistance counselor, she's called upon from time to time to go and help students who are struggling with tragedy in neighboring school districts as well. And she'll drop anything and everything on a weekend, in the evening, during the summer to go help students here and elsewhere get through the most tragic circumstances that they have to face. And we can't thank you enough. She spearheads something that very publicly is known, which is the Hills Valley Coalition. This has been something that has been an organization partnering the municipal governments, namely the police departments, with the schools and with the communities for well over a decade now, right? This has gone on for a long time. And everybody knows that there's a big program coming up when you see all the lawn signs around the district, that there's something pertinent, a troubling topic of conversation, not something that's comfortable for people to talk about, but something that is very much needed. And she draws, with the assistance of her team, draws hundreds of people to these events every year. She's an exceptional liaison between law enforcement, our schools, mental health professionals, and our students and their families. Compassion is certainly her hallmark, and she cares and goes so far out of her way to make a difference. And I see that your family is here today, and they certainly can attest to the fact that you dropped everything to go and help those who are in serious need. I thought one of your colleagues said something absolutely beautiful about you in one of the numerous nominations that you had. Your colleague said, Gail Mangle is fully devoted to her role as student assistance counselor. She works tirelessly, often well beyond school hours, to coordinate care for students in situations where many might feel that everything has been tried. Gail never gives up. She's a lifeline for many of her students, especially those who don't have a supportive home life. She's known for going above and beyond the call of duty. She found a foster home for a student who was going to be displaced from the Pascack Hills community. She's also gathered clothing for students whose families couldn't afford new clothes, and she has sent holiday meals to students and families in need. Gail cares deeply and is invested in helping the students and the families of the Pascack Hills community, and she's an incredible resource for those students, their families, and their staff. I'm going to ask Mr. Demeray to come on up and present this award to Gail Mangle. Oh, you're looking at that camera. Danielle Macaluso, if you would come up, please. Very nice. Nice that you could be here. Good job. Danielle Macaluso, this year's Educational Professional of the Year award winner at Pascack Valley High School. She is our LDTC, and many people wonder, what's an LDTC? Learning Disabled Teacher Consultant. And if you look at the title, it really explains everything that Danielle does. She is an expert in the various, many different types of learning disabilities that some of our students may have. It's her job to really delve in deep, to really recognize what those challenges are that our students are facing from their educational standpoint. And teacher consultant, which means that she bridges that gap between what the students really need and is as the expert in determining what those students need to improve their educational experience, and works directly with the teacher to make that a reality. Danielle is a leader amongst our child study team at Pascack Valley High School. She's the first office that you walk into when you enter the door, and there's always a friendly hello, assuming that she's not in her office working very closely with the students that need her support. She's a compassionate leader and advisor to her students, and she has tirelessly works to ensure that her students receive the services that are so desperately needed. She inserts herself in classrooms quite often, working so closely with the teachers to provide them with just as much support sometimes as the students. A colleague wrote something really nice about Danielle. As a child study team member, finding the balance between pushing a student and giving them the support they need can be a difficult task, this individual said. Danielle manages this extremely well. She goes above and beyond for so many of her students through the years, and at times is like a second mother to those students, or actually sometimes a mother when there isn't one in her students' lives. She has made a difference in so many lives to past and present students, and we know that she's going to make a huge difference to students years and years down the line. Congratulations, Tom DeMeo. Mary Camporelli. I saw Mary here somewhere. There she is. Mary Camporelli, everybody knows Mary Camporelli at Pascack Valley High School, but she's getting the district award for Support Staff Person of the Year. The district award because about a year and a half ago, she moved to central office when we all moved to 28 West Grand. Because although in the past she was embedded at Pascack Valley, and over the years she had had many different roles there, she most recently has become our data management person within the district, which means that Mary knows everything that takes place within this district. And she really is a special, indispensable individual. Mary knows a lot about a lot. She knows a lot about Genesis. She knows a lot about NJ Smart. She knows a lot about state and federal reporting. She has her hand in just about every single student and staff and state and federal related database. And without her expertise in making everything merge together, we would be lost. Both principals, the supervisor of guidance, the counselors, the child study team, all know that if you have a question about these systems, you reach out to Mary. And Mary is a friendly, straightforward, incredibly knowledgeable, not to mention intelligent individual who's going to help get the job done. One of the individuals that recommended Mary for this award said, "Mary is the secret ingredient that makes everything work. Mary is efficient, all-knowing, supportive, and pleasant to work with." And sometimes I think some of the, what's that?
That's what I tell my husband all the time.
And he agrees, you are all-knowing, efficient, supportive, and of course pleasant to be with as well, I'm sure. The person continued and said, whether it's data uploads, NJ Smart systems, teacher evaluation systems, testing materials, park, and more, Mary takes care of it all. And she does it with professionalism, speed, and a smile, and I couldn't be happier to have Mary Camporelli in the district office with all of us on a daily basis. She really adds tremendous value to this district. So congratulations. I'm going to ask Paul Zeller to come up and provide you with this award. Oh, yeah. I see your pictures all the time. She can be in the picture, right? She want to be in the picture? You want to be in the picture? Avery, you want to take a picture of Grandma? Here, I'll hold this. There you go. Do you want to hold the sign? Oh, yeah. Cynthia Condrilli, right in the front row. So Cynthia, if you see the smile on Cynthia's face right now, this is the smile that she has every day when she's working with the students at Pascack Hills High School. She's an instructional aide here at Pascack Hills and just brightens the day for some students that really, from time to time, have some very difficult and challenging situations that they have to overcome. And she works with great humor and compassion and patience with each and every one of those students. She has a wonderful sense of humor. And as I mentioned before, she's well known for brightening up not just the back of Sea Wing, but whenever she walks through the halls here of Pascack Valley. It's just a friendlier place when you're around Cynthia. I really was struck by some of the things that individuals said about Cynthia, and I'm going to read them to you now. I believe that Cynthia deserves this recognition because she's a hardworking and dedicated individual who cares about the well-being and success of the students in her class. She provides support for both the students and staff, and her dedication shines through every single interaction. Another individual said, this is another colleague said, her bright personality makes the RISE room, the RISE is the program that she works in, the special education program, makes the RISE room feel like home. She is a helper, a guide, and a friend to the students she works with. And then a student said something really fantastic. Ms. Kendrilli has kept me, as well as many of my fellow students, on the ball for years. Without her, I would not have felt the level of comfort she brings into a sometimes stressful daily experience. I don't know what I'll do with her. I'm sorry, I don't know. He's taking you with him next year. I don't know what I'll do without her next year. Glenn Demery, can you come up? Congratulations. And our Pascack Valley Support Staff Person of the Year, Ms. Marie Zito. How are you? So Danielle Macaluso may have the first office that you walk past when you walk into the Child Study Team office at Pascack Valley High School. But Marie Zito, who's the secretary in the Special Services Child Study Team office, has her eye on you as soon as you walk into that office to make sure she can figure out, are you coming in there as a student, and are you stressed, and do you need assistance? Are you a teacher who's just coming in to touch base with a counselor or child study team member to see what they can do to better improve a situation for a student? Are you the superintendent who's just walking around aimlessly looking for direction? Or are you somebody else who needs some assistance? She has her eye on every single person that walks into that office to best guide them and to provide the best office situation and best office climate that's necessary in sometimes a very stressful environment such as the Child Study Team office. And she does so with just tremendous professionalism, organizational skills, collegiality, and boy does she take pride in her work. There's grace combined with meticulous and impeccable diligence. And a colleague said of this of Marie, Marie is always extremely helpful and is always a pleasure to work with. Marie is very organized and detail-oriented and really makes following the IEP schedule very easy for the teachers. Says something about some of the teachers, I think. Marie is very friendly and eager to assist in any way that she can. Another individual, a colleague in Special Services, said, Marie is the smiling and friendly face of Special Services. She brightens my day. And a brand new colleague, somebody that is brand new to our district, said, she has been patient and thorough in explaining the procedures and has made me feel so comfortable to ask questions when needed. She is a kind and intelligent worker who cares about the students, this school, and the employees here. I'm going to ask Tom DeMeo to come on up and present this award. Congratulations. We're going to shift gears a little bit here for the recognition ceremony, and I'm going to ask Stephen Casamento, the school counselor for Pascack Hills, one of the school counselors for Pascack Hills, to come on up and present the Rensselaer Medal. Stephen. No problem.
Good evening, everyone. So as the Special Programs Coordinator at Pascack Hills, I'd like to present the Rensselaer Medal Award today. So I'm going to read a little bit about what the Rensselaer Medal Award is. The Rensselaer Medal was first presented in 1916 with two purposes: to recognize the superlative academic achievement of young men and women, and to motivate students towards a career in science, engineering, and technology. The medal is awarded to promising secondary school juniors who have distinguished themselves in mathematics and science. This $25,000 per year merit scholarship is guaranteed for 4 years or 5 years for School of Architecture program. For each medalist who applies, is accepted, and chooses to enroll at Rensselaer. More than 13% of Rensselaer's class of 2022 are recipients of the Rensselaer Medal. The official medal will be presented to enrolling medalists during honors convocation in the fall of their first year at Rensselaer. Rensselaer will be hosting an open house for all medalists on Saturday, September 7th, 2019, and information will be mailed to the medalists upon receiving this award. So we are pleased today to award the RPI medal this year to Sam Eisner. You can come take the stand. Congratulations. Sam is an exemplary student who really thrives to be his best. For example, when it comes to math or computer science, Sam has exceeded our school's curriculum. Each year, we have had to build in new courses, programs, and independent studies to ensure that Sam is challenged. Sam is extremely inquisitive and genuinely loves learning new things. Sam takes school and his work extremely seriously. He has perfect attendance and genuinely enjoys being in school. Sam has always been a uniquely gifted student, and this was nothing less when he sat for the SAT for the first time and got nearly a perfect score. Sam seeks enrichment both in and out of school, pushing himself to be his best, especially when it comes to programming, which is his true passion. As a member of our competitive robotics team as well as Science League, he finds time to build computers on his own and create strategy games, pushing his capabilities to the max. Sam is a nonconformist. He doesn't do something just because others are. He isn't afraid to think outside the box or work tirelessly to finish a project he starts, whether for school or for personal growth. Sam continues to work hard and set high standards for himself, and he is a great role model for future math and science students. So with that, I would like to congratulate Sam Eisner again on the Rensselaer Medal Award. There you go, bud. Keep that around for that too, okay, bud? Congratulations.
Sorry, Sam. Steve, you want to? Next individual I'm going to ask to come up is Steve Kalish. Steve Kalish is a former graduate of the United States Military Academy, class of 1982. He is a local resident. He lives in Washington Township, I believe, right? And he comes here. We're always excited to have him year after year come and highlight two exceptional students each year who are the recipients of the Dwight D. Eisenhower Leadership Award. So, Mr. Kalish.
Great. Thank you, Dr. Gunderson. First of all, let me for those who don't know, recognition should be given as well to Dr. Gunderson. For those who don't know, he got his PhD this past weekend officially, right? So congratulations. That's an awesome accomplishment and good leadership for the district. Congratulations. I'd like to add my congratulations to all the staff and teachers. That's phenomenal. I'm impressed by all of you, and I love to see the recognition of teachers and staff. And Sam, if you want to go to RPI and you need some info about it, I graduated a daughter from RPI 2 days ago. So happy to do that. Ms. Molinelli, members of the board, and Dr. Gunderson, thanks for having me here again. As Dr. Gunderson said, my name is Steve Kalish. I'm a resident of Washington Township, been there for close to 30 years now. I'm a former Army officer and a graduate of the United States Military Academy at West Point, class of 1982. So it was a little while ago. I'm here today actually representing the West Point Society of New Jersey, which is an organization of graduates and friends of West Point who live in New Jersey. Every year we sponsor the Dwight D. Eisenhower Leadership Award at about 100 high schools throughout New Jersey. The purpose of the award is to recognize an exceptional high school junior who demonstrates outstanding performance in the areas of academics, athletics, community service, good citizenship, and leadership. The awardee is selected by the school principal and staff. The award includes a portfolio with a certificate of recognition for the student and a display plaque for the school that hopefully you've seen hanging in each school. Pascack Valley High School has been presenting this award since 2009. This is our 11th year presenting the award. Pascack Hills has been presenting the awards since 2010 for a 10th year. I'd like to read the names of the previous award winners because I find that many community members recognize a lot of these prior outstanding students in the district who have received this award in the past. So Pascack Valley, the first awardee was Thomas Cora in 2009, then Kaylin Iannata, Deandra Donato, Michael Menente, Amelia Della Pescia, Olivia Beatty, Joseph Figueroa, Amelia Cavedo, Lauren Elizabeth Martinez, and Brianna Jacobson. At Pascack Hills, the first awardee was Jerry Carapolo, followed by Kian Barron, Michael Polway, Christina Masciali, Noah Shields, John Aquaviva, Kevin Michael, Kyle Hamalian, and Ryan DiCaprio. So this year's awardees, I'll ask them to come up from Pascack Valley, are Olivia Jones, and from Pascack Hills, Sean Scheikowitz. So please come up. So I'd like to use this as an opportunity to tell you a little bit about these students and why they were recognized for this award so that you can appreciate the exceptional accomplishments that they've had in their young lives to date. First of all, Sean, and I like to point out first that these kids challenge themselves in school. So Sean is taken 3 AP classes so far this year. She's got 4 next year. AP classes, for those who are not familiar, kind of like college courses. So in high school, she's taken 7 college courses in high school, which is awesome. Top 15% of her class, National Honor Society, Spanish National Honor Society. She's on the varsity golf team, the only female member of the varsity golf team, and next year she's captain. She's president of the Female Empowerment Club, captain of the debate team next year, and she was selected to represent Pascack Hills at Jersey's Girls State in June at Georgian Court University. My daughter went to that. It's awesome. You'll have a great time. Some of the activities that she's done. She's activist for many different causes, particularly for gun control, and many of you probably have seen her advocating for that in the community. She's helped organize, run, and speak at the Hackensack March for Our Lives rally of 2018. She blogs regularly. I haven't read your blog. I'm curious to see what blog. And she's an active volunteer in Scope, Friendship Circle, and TAC. So that's Sean. So Olivia Jones from Pascack Valley High School. So Olivia as well has challenged herself with numerous AP courses, 4 to date, and she's got 4 more next year. 8 college level courses in high school is awesome. She's high honor roll, also a member of the National Honor Society. She has the seal of biliteracy in Spanish, and hopefully all you students who are taking foreign language courses will achieve that level of certification. It's a great certification. She's competed as part of Pascack Valley's team at the annual New Jersey Chemistry Olympics and also at the Science League. She's a member of 2 varsity teams, soccer and girls basketball. She's the representative on the Pascack Valley High School's Executive Council, which is part of school government, and she's the school representative on the Board of Ed, and I think you'll see her recognized for that at this meeting. She was selected by the principal to be on the Student Buildings and Grounds Committee. These are the students who assess the facilities and make recommendations to the principal and staff about what needs to get improved in the schools. She was selected to attend the U. O'Brien Youth Leader Seminar at Kane College, and she's the Pascack Valley You Are a Star awardee. Some of her activities: multiple service projects and groups that she belongs to. She's in the One Spirit service organization, which assists and supports Native Americans. I presume, all right, I noticed the linkage there. So very good. She's a Pascack Valley Navigator, and for those who are not familiar with the Navigators, they introduce special needs kids to various sports. She's on the Camp Raspberry Executive Committee, which plans activities for special needs kids. And she makes birthday cards for foster children as part of the Light the Candle organization. She's also a counselor at the Jeff Jasper basketball camp for the past 3 summers and does basketball lessons one-on-one. So I'd like to congratulate both Olivia and Sean on tremendous accomplishments. And let me... So this is what the certificate looks like. It was actually presented to both of them up at West Point a couple weeks ago. Yep, so recently, so we get to represent it today. So it says Dwight D. Eisenhower Leadership Award, awarded for excellence in leadership, character, academics, athletics, community service, and citizenship. Olivia Ann Jones from Pascack Valley High School and Sean Scheikowitz from Pascack Hills High School. Congratulations. Thank you. Oh, one more. Oh. Congratulations.
Every year, the Board of Education has 2 student representatives from student government that come and serve on our board. And although they are not official voting members, because they're not elected by the various municipalities, I would argue that they have just as strong a voice, and perhaps sometimes an even stronger, more influential voice than most board members, because board members in our district truly value the opinions and the perspectives of our students. And so those 2 students who are representing our Board of Education are going to be receiving an award this evening, and I'm going to ask Matthew Friedman to come up from Pascack Hills and Olivia Jones to come back up to be recognized this evening. Come on over here. So last year when they were appointed to this prestigious position on the Board of Education, I would have said congratulations. Now a year later, I'm going to say thank you. So you're not getting an award this evening, but you're getting a certificate of appreciation for all the Monday nights that you spent with me, the Board of Education, listening to us talk about a whole variety of issues that I'm sure some issues you felt very passionately about and you spoke about, and other issues you may have thought this really isn't all that important to the life of a student right now, but we hope that it gave you some perspective about what goes into the operation of a school district, and that you took that experience back to your student government to shed some light on what takes place from a governmental standpoint and a policy standpoint within the district. So I'd like to thank you for those efforts. But to the audience here tonight, I want to highlight some of the things that really make each of you unique. And Olivia, Mr. Kalish mentioned a few of those things a few minutes ago, but I'm going to reiterate some of those about you as well. But I'm going to start off with Matthew. Matthew is always a very positive, enthusiastic individual. You can tell by his smile right now. He comes into a board meeting, and it may be a tense discussion, but he comes in with such a positive attitude. And on those evenings where he has to report out to the Board of Education, he always shows up with a fun fact of the day or a joke of the day, as does Olivia, to lighten the mood for the Board of Education. And I know the board members, in particular, particularly Ms. Tammy Molinelli, the board president, appreciates that level of humor and levity to sometimes very difficult meetings. Matthew's a senior at Pascack Hills, and he has served as a representative this year. Matthew has a little bit of an interesting background. He lived in England for a few years with his family and then moved back to Pascack Hills High School. And he, when he came back here, from our perspective, hit the ground running. He's passionate about taking courses like AP Spanish Literature and Culture, and has an independent study this year. He loves to travel. He's in the Spanish National Honor Society. He's on the Academic Decathlon, the Investment and Banking Club. He is active in a Jewish organization for teens called BBYO. And he loves spreading pure joy across anyone who crosses his path. He's on the cross-country team. He received a varsity letter this year for track and is a volunteer for the New Jersey Striders cross-country and track youth running teams. He's, as we know, he's on the Student Government Association, and I believe this year serving as class secretary for the seniors, right? And he's also a force on DECA. And if you were here for the student recognition about a month or two ago, he was, along with his brother and other teammates, talking about the difference that DECA has made in their lives. In fact, he and his team, he placed first in New Jersey's Independent Business Plan portion of the competition, and third in the Travel and Tourism Team decision-making portion, which launched them to advance to the International Career Development Conference in Atlanta, Georgia. Matthew is planning to attend Emory University next year, where he's going to study business and marketing. We are going to miss him here at Pascack Hills High School. We're going to miss him on the Board of Education, but it is with sincere thanks, and we appreciate that you spent the year with us on the Board of Education.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Don't go anywhere yet, all right? Olivia Jones, so I want to thank you as well, but the good news is Olivia is not leaving. She's a junior. She's going to be here next year, but she's not going to be on the Board of Education serving as a board, a student rep anymore. You get your Mondays back to some extent, but somehow, knowing you, you're going to fill it up somehow. That's right. So Olivia Jones has a whole variety of accolades behind her. As we just heard a few minutes ago, she's this year's Pascack Valley Dwight D. Eisenhower Leadership Awardee. She won the Hugh O'Brien Youth Leadership Award in 2018. She received her Seal of Biliteracy. She's a Pascack Valley You Are a Star awardee in 2018, and she's been inducted into the Pascack Valley National Honor Society this year. And she also has been on the Pascack Valley High Honor Roll from September of 2016 to the present day. She has been a member of the Executive Council, most importantly, serving on the Board of Education as the liaison. She's been involved in the One Spirit Service Organization with Ms. Jerome leading the charge on that. That has truly been a unique experience for so many students, and I know that Olivia plays a leadership role in that capacity. She works with students with special needs on Navigators, Camp Raspberry. She's academic. She participates and competes in Chemistry Olympics. She's athletic, participating in girls varsity soccer, and of course, we all see her on the court with Jasper and team on the Jasper court at Pascack Valley High School. And then she truly gives back to the community with the Light the Candle, a national organization that makes homemade birthday cards for local foster children once a month. And she has done so much to contribute and continues to contribute to Pascack Valley and this district. And I am thrilled to say thank you and thrilled that unlike Matthew, who's leaving us, she's going to be here for another year. So congratulations, Olivia.
Pleasure. Thank you so much.
Oh, you gonna get up? Thank you. These ceremonies really remind us of how many great things are taking place in our district. We have wonderful staff members that are really having a tremendous impact on the lives of students every day. And we have students that make it such a pleasure to be a part of this educational community. I am thrilled and honored to be the superintendent here. I know our principals, our administrators, our supervisors, our board members take great pride in giving back to this educational community. It's truly a special place, and you all exhibit that today. So thank you for reminding us what this is all about, and thank you for being here. Please help yourself to some refreshments in the back. Stick around, chat, mingle, And thank you so much for being here this evening.